So one of the first things I want to start off by saying in this video is please make sure you do not copy what it is that I'm doing, especially with the dollar amount that I do have invested. I'm not even talking about the 3,400 shares that I currently have in AMC. AMC as of today is down 7%. A lot of you guys know that just a couple days ago, AMC shot up to highs of, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $46 a share. Yeah, $46.60. That day alone, AMC gained over 24%. A lot of you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, even if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, you've seen I've taken very heavy positions on AMC, sometimes over 10,000 shares with my Fidelity account and up to 4,000 shares in my Webull account. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please, if you are a beginner, I am never here to encourage you to trade these risky stocks. And yes, I am saying this as I'm someone that is currently trading AMC. AMC is very high risk just as it offers a very high type of reward. It's not Amazon, it's not Facebook, it's not Apple. It's a very volatile stock and it comes at a greater form of risk. With that being said, just like I shared with you my very green day when it came down to AMC pushing up 24%, what was one thing that I said? I began to sell most of my position at these higher levels. It was not a perfect sell. It wasn't that I sold my entire position, but with 10,000 shares, when AMC began to break above $42, which was a previous resistance level, I began to slowly sell off of AMC, and even onto the next day, when it hit highs of $46, I sold more than half of my position. Today, as AMC pulls back to the SMA line on, again, the 30-minute time frame or the 1-hour time frame, depending on what length your SMA is, I decided, I can't stress this enough. This is why when people ask, why are you selling AMC at these higher levels? You're going to miss out on the push. AMC has been pulling back for quite some time, right? So for me to think that all of a sudden it's going to shoot up is very naive, right? I have said this so many times where I like selling at overbought levels. You can see the RSI, you can see the MACD, overbought levels. Yes, it's not a cheap stock over here based off of previous prices from $31 to highs of $46. That is a great push, huge opportunity. I decided to sell most of my position, not because I don't believe in the short squeeze, nothing like that. I still kept over 4,000 shares, but because if it does pull on back, guess what I can do? I can buy more at the lower level. And although AMC is down 6% on the day, this is what I did with my Fidelity account. I am still down $7,000, but I have nearly $500,000 invested into AMC. I began to really buy AMC at an average purchase price of anywhere from $37.50 up to $38.20. It's not the best entry. It's not an exact entry, but I bought the dip on what I saw to be an opportunity. So just like I've shared with you before, I'm here to show you my green days, the 24% day that was $82,000, $83,000. But I'm also here to show you the red days. It's part of the process. I'm not here to pretend like there's only one side to, I'm not going to just talk about AMC like everyone else and only show you the green days. I love to embrace it because it encourages me to allow you guys to know that you're not alone when it comes down to this stuff. I'm not here to say that AMC is going to go to the moon. I know the potential that it has. I know the risk that it offers. It can easily crash. And if it breaks below the $37 price point, I will have to do my part in managing my risk and reducing my position size. But I decided to buy the dip as it sold off 6-7% on the day. And if it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend, I will only buy more of AMC. And guess what I'm going to do when it goes back to $45, $46? If it goes back to $45 and $46. At any indication of a resistance level, I don't care if it's at $42, I don't care if it's at $46, if it shoots up to $50, great. I will begin to load off, meaning sell my position. I don't have to sell the entire, what is that? I believe this is 11,500 shares is what it amounts to. I'm not going to sell my entire 11,500 shares. I don't have to, right? But what happens, and you can speak from experience, and I'm sure you guys can. I'm sure you guys have been in a position before where you guys regret sometimes not selling before when it pulls on back. I don't want to be in that same position. Just like I did last time, I will sell more than half of my position at these higher levels just in case it does pull on back. I would rather be safe than sorry. I'm trading with a dollar amount that's a larger dollar amount, and I want to manage and mitigate my risk. So I shared with you what and why. The whole point of this is I shared with you why I was selling AMC at this overbought level. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD, just look at previous patterns, and there's indication of a resistance level. So now that it pulled on back, I'm here to share with you, I bought the dip, I loaded up on it, and here's my plan. I bought the dip on it. If it breaks above EMA, I'll probably buy another 2,500 to 3,500 shares, depending on how consistent it is when it breaks above the EMA line. So that's right around $40 a share. And once it gets anywhere from $42 to $46, any indication of a resistance, I'm not here to pretend like I'm an ape or whatever it is that you guys call yourselves. I'm a trader. I'm a day trader. I will swing trade this if the opportunity presents itself, but I'm here to buy the lows and sell the highs. It is that simple. I will load off my position when I view it to be overbought. I will buy more when I view it to be a little bit on the cheaper side. From both sides, I always hold a couple of shares, mainly more than the average person. I'm trading with a dollar amount in which I can manage and in which I can tolerate. Don't compare your position size to mine. Don't compare your profits or your losses to mine. I just want you to know what my plan is, where I plan to buy more, where I plan to sell, where I plan to cut losses. And I want to show you both my green days and my red days. That simple. So wanted to provide you guys with a quick little update, and just so you guys can see, I sold half of my position on American Airlines yesterday. So I only had 500 shares. I sold 250 shares. I locked in profits. It pulled back a little bit today. I believe they report earnings, so just be aware of that. It pushed up 13%. I locked in a portion of my profits just in case it pulls on back. Again, my main focus, risk management. SQQQ, I bought a little bit more as it sold off. You guys know that I believe it was 10,000 shares. And I only left myself with 1,500 shares. And then I bought the dip with an additional 1,500 shares. So again, much less. Why? Well, because it sold off so much and it's still selling off. Why am I going to buy another 10,000 shares when the direction's not in my favor? Again, the focus, risk management. And Tesla. You guys know how much I was shorting Tesla with, right? I had over, I think it was like $300,000-$400,000 that I was shorting Tesla with. I only have 50 shares now, right? I had 500 shares at one time. Guess what happened today with Tesla? Tesla pulled back a little bit, right? So guess what I began to do? Cover my short, cover my short, cover my short. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I covered my short, locked in my profits. Now it picked right back up. I only have 50 shares, so I'm okay with it. Again, main focus, reducing position size and managing risk. I can't stress that enough. Friendly reminder, this is not a video to encourage you to buy the dip on AMC. I don't care if you do. If you're a beginner, I would almost hope that you don't, because it comes at a greater form of risk. If you're paper trading, simulating trading, whatever it is that you're just getting started, embrace the challenge. Understand that this market is not easy, but it's the difficult things in life that tend to follow with the greatest fulfillment, and the stock market is no exception. So I'm super excited to follow up with AMC. I hope that it pays off, and if it does, just know that I have things in place to buy more when that direction ends up being in our favor. But if it breaks below the SMA line, just like we all know, there's two sides to every opportunity. I will do my job in managing and mitigating risk and reducing my position size so I can sell some here and then be able to buy more if the opportunity presents itself. So that's pretty much it for me today. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. Again, friendly reminder, if you guys want to see our live trading session tomorrow, I trade live every single day at market open. And if you like the way that I trade and you want to be able to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, click the second link down below. I'd love for you to join us and to just meet the Learn, Plan, Profit team. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.